Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 4th Region Report. Josh Hurt along with Chris Suffman, and today a special show. The 4th Region Girls Basketball Tournament draw is out, and so today Chris and I are going to take you through all 8 teams in the tournament. We'll talk about each matchup as we go. We might throw a few predictions out there along the way, but we're going to have a little fun here for a few minutes talking about what I think, Chris, is the best time of the year.
Oh, this is the greatest time of the year, and if you go back and you listen to all the sportscasters and you listen to everybody talk about March and what's coming in March, it seems like every region across the state's wide open. The state tournament's wide open, both boys and girls. And if you go even to the NCAA, who can win that thing? You know, games will be good, but I think this is a great way to start the tournament with these two teams.
And these two teams have played each other once on December the 13th. And, man, that seems like a long time ago. Mm-hmm. At Russell County. Russell County beats Glasgow 51-46. At the time, I think a lot of us thought that was an upset. Russell County's put together a nice season. They're the 16th district champs. They've won 20-plus games. Coach of the year, Brett Blankenship, according to at least one of the two. I forget if it was KBC or if it was 4th Region coaches, but Brett Blankenship, Coach of the year there. So Russell County doing some good things. They get to go up not only against Coach Stinson and the Glasgow Lady Scotties, but also the old head coach, Craig Pippin, sitting on the Glasgow bench for the Lady Scotties. That adds a little bit of intrigue into this matchup.
Oh, I think definitely so. You know, Coach Blankenship's done a great job. You go
where a runner-up goes and gets hot and wins a region, it's very possible. And Glasgow is a team who has a runner-up could do that because they do have a dynamic point guard. They have a couple of kids that can shoot it, and they have that big kid inside. Having said that, I think this game ends up very close to what the December 13th matchup is. I think this is a 1 or 2 basket game, and it could go in either direction.
Oh, I agree completely. I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll come right down to the last 3 minutes of the game. But at the end, I'm going to pick Glasgow to win this ball game. I think their athleticism, we got to remember there's one huge thing to take in consideration when you go to the region. At least when I was playing and coaching, when you go to Diddle, the floor is bigger. Mm-hmm. So, your athletes tend to prevail with that because they can spread out more and they can move the ball more and they can spread the floor more.
Obviously, this is not seeded. It's a blind draw based on winners having to play runners up, and your district can't be in the same bracket and so forth. But I like what you're giving us here because based on the RPI numbers, this is a nice matchup, the 3rd and 4th favorites, if you will. If it was a horse race, these are your 3rd and 4th betting favorites. Russell County and Glasgow should be a good one to get us started. Let's move to the second game on Sunday.
Second game on Sunday is the RPI ranked first for this region, Bowling Green versus Russellville. And Russellville would be RPI ranked 6th out of the 8 teams.
As if I said that incorrectly, Anastasia Dowling. She's a tall kid, blocks shots, rebounds, puts up points. If you look at the stats, I believe I'm correct in saying that this is a kid that probably averages close to a double-double and some nights probably gets close to triple-doubles. Russellville's won 18-19 ball games this year. They nearly knocked off Logan County in their district tournament, 45-40 loss to the Crosstown rivals. As far as predictions go, Bowling Green, Kiosden Jones, and so forth and so on. I think Bowling Green has a relatively easy time with this. However, I do think that Collier and Dowling are good enough to give Bowling Green some problems early.
Oh, I agree with you. I think Russellville has surprised a whole lot of people this year based on their previous records of the last couple of years. Coach Jackson's done a great job down there.
Now, Metcalfe County, Our Lady Hornets, and for everybody out there, we're both biased. This is where we are. We're not even going to hide that. For the 3rd year in a row, going in as runner-up and drawing the champion out of the 13th district, the Logan County squad down there, should be another interesting matchup. It's fascinating because last year I think this would have been totally different. Logan County, to me, was one of the dark horse favorites. I thought we were too. This year we come in statistically as the 7th and 8th squads in this region.
Exactly. I think that you've got a really good matchup here for both teams. I'm sure both coaches are excited about the draw that they got. I would be if I was coaching any one of those teams. So I think this will be a nail biter. I think it'll come all the way down to the fourth quarter. If Metcalfe County, the regional tournament for me is set up perfect for a team like Metcalfe County, or if they can get on a streak of shooting and hitting some 3-point shots, they're going to be hard to beat. I mean, you got to put 3 games together. It's a little bit different now because the tournament is spread out over a period of time when you mix the boys and everything.
Back in the old days, it was kind of back to back to back. You had to win 3 in 3 or 4 days.
If you drew that second day, you were playing 3 games in a row, 3 days in a row. So it was better for teams that needed to get on a hot streak. So, but right now, Metcalfe's shooting the ball really well. They've shot it the last 4 or 5 games really well. Logan County does have the big girl inside that could give us a little bit of a problem the way we like to penetrate and do some things. So hopefully our coaches will go back to the drawing table and say, okay, let's put in something creative to try to alleviate the big girl and get her out of the paint. Logan County heavily got seniors, got kids back.